మార్గదర్శకత్వంలో తెలంగాణలో 4 మెడికల్ కాలేజీలు ఉంటాయి. ఇలా 34 మెడికల్ కాలేజీలు అయినాయి. 34, ఒకటి కాదు రెండు కాదు. తెలంగాణ రాకముందు 4 ఉండే, ఇలా 34 అయినాయి. ఒక గది మన గర్వకారణం. ఏం సాధించినాం తెలంగాణలో అంటే ఎన్నో సాధించినాం. మన పంట పొలాలకు నీళ్లు తెచ్చుకున్నాం, మన పిల్లలకు చదువులు చెప్పించుకుంటున్నాం, మెడికల్ కాలేజీలు, నర్సింగ్ కాలేజీలు, ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజీలు విస్తరించుకొని ఇవాళ తెలంగాణ అనేది భారతదేశానికి ఒక దిక్సూచిగా మారింది. మేమందరం గర్వపడుతున్నాం మిమ్మల్ని చూసి. మా గుండెలు ఇవాళ నిజంగా సరే రాజకీయాలు ఉంటాయి, అప్పుడప్పుడు గెలుస్తాం, అప్పుడప్పుడు ఓడిపోతాం, పెద్ద ఫరక్ పడదు. కానీ ఇట్లాంటి పిల్లల్ని చూసినప్పుడు కడుపు నిండిపోతుంది. మనం చేసిన ఒక పనితోని కొన్ని కుటుంబాలకు లాభం జరిగింది. కానీ ఏక్ వాదా కరో ఆజ్ ఆప్ సబ్లో, మీ అందరూ మాకు మాట ఇవ్వాలి. ఇట్లా టిమ్రిస్ ద్వారా, గురుకుల పాఠశాలల ద్వారా సీట్లు సాధించిన పిల్లలు ఎవరైతున్నారో మీరు మీ గతం మర్చిపోవద్దు. మీరు పెద్దోళ్ళై, మీరు డబ్బులు సంపాదించి, మీరు పెద్ద పెద్ద డాక్టర్లు అయినాక మీరు ఒక్కొక్కరు 10 మంది గరీబోళ్ళకు సాయం చేసేటట్టు మీరు కూడా ఒక ఆదర్శవంతంగా నిలబడాలి. కేసీఆర్ గారి పేరు నిలబెట్టాలి, తెలంగాణ పేరు నిలబెట్టాలి, మీ తల్లిదండ్రి పేరు నిలబెట్టాలని కోరుతూ ఇప్పుడు మరి మిగతా కార్యక్రమాన్ని పెద్దలు మాణిక్రావు గారు కానీ శివకుమార్ కానీ నడిపించాలని కోరుతూ ఒకసారి గట్టిగా హరీష్ రావు గారికి, కేసీఆర్ గారికి చప్పట్లతో అభినందనలు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఇప్పుడు ఒకరొకరు లైన్గా రావాలి. ఎండి ఫిర్దోస్ మొహమ్మద్ ఖాజా గారు రండి. నెక్స్ట్ తోడేటి ధర్మతేజ, తోడేటి మల్లయ్య గారు. తోడేటి ధర్మతేజ, మల్లయ్య గారు వచ్చారా బేట? మీరు ఎవరు వచ్చారు? దాబట్. నెక్స్ట్ జి సిద్ధ రమేష్ గారు, జి నర్సాగొండ. స్టెథోస్కోపు అండ్ వైట్ కోటు ఇవ్వడం జరుగుతుంది. వారికి చప్పట్ల ద్వారా మీరందరూ కూడా ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి దాబెట. ధర్మతేజ జి సిద్ధ రమేష్ గారు, నర్సగొండ. ప్లీజ్ సిద్ధ రమేష్ ముంగట. ఎస్కే అయాన్, ఎస్కే గౌసుద్దీన్. చప్పట్లు కొట్టాలి అందరూ. వెనకాల ఎండి ఓబేద్, ఎండి ఇబ్రాహీం గారు. ఇబ్రాహీం భాయ్ ఆజో. చప్పట్లు మర్చిపోతున్నారు. వాళ్ళంతా మనకు ట్రీట్మెంట్ చేసే డాక్టర్స్ తయారవుతారు. మీరు ఎంత చప్పట్లు కొడితే అంత మంచి ఇంజక్షన్లు ఇస్తారు. ముంగడు ఒబేద్ భాయ్ ఇచ్చే. నెక్స్ట్ గౌతమ్ కన్నా గారు, కె రమేష్ గారు. అన్న సీనన్న రండి, అన్న రండి. సీనన్న రండి, రండి రండి. గౌతమ్ కన్నా గారు, కె రమేష్ గారు, మీరు రండి రండి పై. డి సృజన్ కుమార్ గారు, డి శ్రీనివాస్ గారు. డి సృజన్ కుమార్ గారు, డి శ్రీనివాస్ గారు. సృజన్ కుమార్ గారు నువ్వేనా? దా. హప్సా ఫాతిమా గారు, ఫరానా బేగం గారు. హప్సా ఫాతిమా గారు, ఫరానా బేగం గారు. ప్లీజ్ కమ్ బట్. సృజన్ కుమార్. నెక్స్ట్ సమీనా గారు, బషీర్ అహ్మద్ జీ. సమీనా బేటా ప్లీజ్. సి అనూష గారు, అచ్యుతరావు గారు. అనూషనా బేట ప్లీజ్. అందరు గ్రూప్ ఫోటో తీసుకో. మీరందరూ కూడా అంటే ఈ గిఫ్ట్ ప్రజెంట్ తీసుకున్న వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా కింద అవి వేసుకొని ఓకే అట్లనే పట్టు. నెక్స్ట్ తహసీన్ కమర్ గారు శంషాయ్ కమర్ గారు ప్లీజ్ అయ్యే బాయ్. అయ్యే బేటా ఉన్నారు, ఇంకా ఉన్నారు. ప్రియా ఏంజిల్ గారు, శామ్యుల్ గారు ప్లీజ్ దా బేటా. నెక్స్ట్ తస్లీం గారు, నూరుద్దీన్ గారు. तस्लीम नूरुद्दीन गारू ऐसा इधर से चिड़िया है इधर से चलो. शरीका महाराजन गारू, शमाना अजमी गारू, अब्दुल अकबर. शरीका महाराजन जी इधर से आइए प्लीज, इधर से चलो. लास्ट फिरदोस सैयद भाई गारू. మీరందరూ ఇక్కడ నిలబెట్టి సంతోష్ రాఘవ్ భాయ్ ఇడ ముంగట్ నిలబెట్టి. సయ్యద్ భయ్యా చలో చలో బేటా. नहीं मैं बीएससी नर्सिंग చేస్తుంది సేమ్ కాలేజ్. चलो बेटा चलो. हाँ सैयद भाई चलो बेटा उधर चलो, साहब के पास चलो. मैं निम्स ला बीएससी नर्सिंग చేస్తుంది.
आपके स्कूल से बीएससी नर्सिंग निम्स में सब
बैठो. टायरो फोटो इसको. हाँ सब नीचे टायरो, नीचे पूरा टायरो बेटा. सर स्टेथोस्कोप ओपन करके दिखाओ बेटा. बॉक्स दिखाओ, स्टेथोस्कोप बॉक्स.
आप उनको बोलो डॉक्टर नहीं बने हो, डॉक्टर नहीं बने हो. अंदर की कंग्रेट, ऑल द बेस्ट.
Running a business isn't easy. So many decisions, tons of paperwork. But having the right tools can help save time. Ankur, can you take a quick look? Editing at the last minute. Summarizing with AI assistant. And password protecting it before sharing. Oh, with Acrobat, it's all sorted.
Tastes so rich, so intense. It's best enjoyed bit by bit. Cadbury Bonville. Don't rush it.
Today, we feature Mrs. Sudha Murthy, an inspiring author and philanthropist, addressing a young audience at the Jamnabai Narsi campus in 2017. She shares personal stories and insights on the importance of discipline, hard work, and the value of education. Mrs. Murthy emphasizes the power of choices in youth and debunks myths about generational differences. Join us for a session full of wisdom and guidance for students and educators alike.
Trustees, teachers, and my parents and my dear students. It gives me enormous joy for me to come to school than any other place for various reasons. A, I am a granddaughter of a school teacher. B, I am a daughter of a professor. C, I am the daughter-in-law of a school teacher. D, I am a teacher. I used to teach computer science in Christ University. And later I became so irregular than my own students. Then I said I will come on a management than a teacher because of my hectic schedules. Children give me enormous joy because they are innocent. And this is the first time I'm addressing any school in Bombay. I have not addressed any school in Bombay. I have come only for the... I have only come to Bombay for meetings, never to a school. So when there was an urgent meeting came down today, evening I have a 7 o'clock meeting, then I thought, why can't I come little early? Anyway, I waste half a day in Bangalore traffic reaching airport. I rather leave at 5 in the morning, reach Bombay at 8:30 so that I can have a session with the students, and then I opted for this. I'll tell you a small story. I am a grandmother of 2 grandkids. Like today's how grandkids are there, they are like that, normal. Okay, that means more talking and less listening. And my granddaughter's name is Krishna, and she told me, they live in London. One day I told her to eat banana fruit. You know, we India consider it's a good fruit. Eat. And then she said, me, Ajji, give me law. She calls me Ajji, like any Kannada grandmother is called, or Maharashtrian grandmother is called. She said, Ajji, give me a set of reasons why one should eat banana, a 5-year kid. Okay? I said, okay, I will tell you a story, and then you feel like eating, you eat. I said, there was a rishi by the name Durvasa. I'm sure most of you know. Whenever he used to go to anybody's place, they used to get scared of him. Why this fellow has come, let him go as early as possible. I'm sure when you are not a nice person, nobody welcomes you. One day his wife told him, look, people, when you go, people run away. Whereas I stayed with you for such a long time, don't you think I deserve a boon or a special gift? First he was very upset. Then he said, okay, fine, I'll give you a special gift. What do you want? She said, I want a fruit which is not grown in Devaloka or up above heaven, which is grown on the earth. Yet it should be used to worship God. B, it should flower once a year and it should not have any seeds. C, all parts of that tree should be used in cooking. D, it should give fruits only once in a year, and the fruits should be not messy kind, not like a mango or apple. And such fruit, without giving that to God, the puja will be incomplete. He said, okay. He made a tree and gave the fruit to the God, and then he called that, her name was Kadali, so he called that fruit the Kadali Phala. Kadali in Sanskrit became banana in English later. So whatever banana tree you see, that is the intelligence of a woman who told her husband the kind of fruit which is easy to eat, whose leaves are used for eating, whose bark is in the stem is used in cooking, whose flower is used in the cooking, which flowers once a year, and there are no seeds. So I told, it's such a great fruit on the earth. If you don't want to eat Krishna, you don't have to eat. But only learned people eat this one. What I'm telling you is, though, every generation, it's really wrong to tell that our generation has a lot more stress. That is totally wrong. Parents, please remove it from your head in case you have such things. I was in Egypt about 15 years back. Then I took on Egyptology. That is a person who knows how to read hieroglyphy, who knows more about Egyptian history, and went to one place which is 7,000 years old, and there I saw the pyramid. Inside the pyramid there was hieroglyphy, so I asked that fellow, what it is written here, you tell me. This fellow told me, the builder of Egypt pyramid have written about next generation. Next generation doesn't respect time, doesn't respect money, doesn't respect elders. They have less common sense, they are less hardworking. I really do not know how they will survive. Suddenly I felt like, my parents talking to me like that. Every generation feels next generation is less than ours. We're very hardworking, we talk. No, that is really not true. Every generation has their own plus and minus, some totally same. Any mathematics teacher or any students who love mathematics will appreciate this. What is 1 by 2? Half. 1 by 2 is 2 by 4. It is also equal to 3 by 6. It's also equal to 4 by 8. It's also equal to 16 by 32. The moment I say 1 by 2 and 16 by 32, 16 is a huge number, 1 is small, but the ratio remains the same. And that is the way every generation has their own plus, minus, their own strengths. I have seen my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother and me, and my daughter, 6, 7 generations I have seen. They were always worried about disease because there was no antibiotic in those days. If the child gets fever, the mother would have been panicked. Today you go to a pediatrician. In those days it was not there. Next generation I have seen there was no connectivity. Coming to Bombay is once in lifetime, particularly from people from Karnataka. Every generation undergoes a different stress, but they do undergo stress.
In my 2 hours masterclass, I'll help you build the right mindset along with the strategies you require to become a full-time profitable trader. Over 1,20,000 people have attended and are using my strategies for safe and potential wealth creation mechanism. So if you are very serious in building a long-term portfolio and create every month passive income, this 2-hour session is for you. And in order to give more value, whoever are attending the masterclass, you will also get bonuses worth rupees 10,000 exactly for free. So what are you waiting for? Click on the link below and I'll see you in the live masterclass.
Hello, my lovely. You look ravishing.
You look like Bond, who forgot to shave.
Now, coming to this topic, they told me that you have to address parents. I said I wanted to address students actually, but if parents are interested, I can. But students may get bored. I want to tell something to students and then I will address parents. Students, you should understand one thing. When you are in school, somebody looks after you. Your teacher, your parents look after you. They will tell you some good words and you really get bored. When they start sermon, your mind goes away somewhere. Because I was also a student once upon a time. Too many things that someone tells you, then you won't like it, actually. You won't like it. And too many things we should not tell also. If we want to tell parents, you should always tell in the form of a story. Never tell directly. You should be hardworking. As a child, you may not like it. But please remember, people who care for you only will tell. Third person will not tell. Please don't underestimate your parents and your teachers. It's your duty to understand what they are telling, for what reason they are telling, and you have to actually accept it, and later it will pay its price later part of your life. What you don't learn now will never be learned later. It is always false ideas. When I grow big, I will do. I don't know how many of you have read my book, The Story of Portado. Portado is a real life story. Portado was my classmate. He was reasonably bright, maybe very bright, I suppose. Never came to school, never came to college. I was in engineering college. He used to stay, he was from Goa. He used to come, he was in the hostel and he never used to come to college. Our college was 7 to 11, he will come around 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, earliest mean 9 o'clock. And he will sit here, sit there, attend 2 classes. After that, afternoon he will come for the lab, etc. End of the year, 1 month he will get up early and he will study. And there is a method in college. You take question papers, April and October. Whatever comes in October will never come in April. Okay? I'm sure in the school also you have. Midterm will never come to final. Okay? So eliminate these question answers and then make a approximate question paper and study that, and he used to get a first class. He did all 4 years like this. Once I asked Portado, why you are such a bright person? You don't come to class. If you come regularly, you can get distinction. You can get a rank. He said, Sudha, you do not know. In life, it is not the education. It is the connection it really works. And we have to build a lot of connections. When you are young, it helps you. I came from a middle class family. My father was a doctor, a gynecologist. I never understood this connection, all those things. Then he said, my father was in military. We were in Calcutta. There was a club, which we have never seen in our real life. So we thought maybe he's a big man. Years passed. In 1972, I finished my engineering, so was Portado, and I didn't meet him for a long time. After 35 years, I think 2008 or 9, I had been to Dubai to deliver a lecture. And when the lecture was over, I saw somebody waiting for. And then he said, ma'am, I was waiting for you. I was surprised, a place like Dubai, who will wait for me? Then he said, I'm Portado. I could not recognize, because in 30, 40 years, people put on weight, your hair will be gray. All those physical changes will happen. So I said, Portado, I would not have recognized. I was very happy. I told him, let us sit down and talk. He said, no, I just wanted to tell you one word to you. So I was waiting. I said, what happened? He said, do you remember in college I used to bunk class? I said, of course I remember you. Portado means bunking class. He said, I used to bunk class and I joined a job. And because in those days, the moment you have BE, you used to get job in my time. And my bosses came to know that, my subordinates came to know that I don't have knowledge. Getting a first class marks are different than knowledge. Please remember, parents, your children should be in the pursuit of knowledge than the marks. Though it's a competitive examination. I agree. It is a competitive world. Competition is 1,000 times or 10,000 times more than what time I had. But with all those things, the knowledge which always helps you than your marks in real life. So he said, I got marks, but I did not have knowledge. Once the subordinates know that you don't have knowledge, they don't respect you. Once the boss knows you don't have knowledge, then he wants a reason to kick you out. I was kicked out from one job, then I took a second job, and I was so much used to getting up 9 in the morning, I'll go late to the office. I was kicked out there also. Over a period of time, I couldn't get job anywhere. And now I have a job as a manager job or a smaller job in Dubai. And I said, what about your family? He said, I have 2 daughters. I left them in Chennai to study. I said, what? He said, yes, I want they should study well. They should not become like me. I just waited for you to tell Sudha one thing. When we were young, I used to make fun of you. He used to tell me, you are like a running race horse. Because the horse will see neither left nor right, it runs. Same way, you always were academic and we used to make fun of you. Today, when we called you nerd, and I thought I was very smart, today I feel you are successful and I wasted my life. I just wanted to tell you, if you don't discipline when you are school or in college, you pay a heavy price in later part of your life. Discipline, like coming up in a proper way, writing properly, talking properly, communicating properly, respecting people properly, this really helps a long way in your life. So I don't want you should be like potato, regretting in your old age. You should remember that to be successful in life, there is no shortcut. The only method is hard work and straight way. And that you have to do. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to address both of you. And in case you have any questions in my limited knowledge, and my answers are highly subjective. Okay? It is not, from any group theory I have taken. I will try to answer. Thank you once again.
Visit our site, EnglishSpeechChannel.com, for exclusive access to video transcripts, offline audio, English lessons, and private classes. Don't forget to explore our free and new ebooks. Also, subscribe to our weekly newsletter for the latest updates. Links in the description below. Thanks for your support.
Now's the time to upgrade to the new Dell AI PC. It's optimized for AI workloads and engineered for the future. So no matter what's next, you're ready.
ముందరే శబ్దానా
అత్తయ్య నన్ను కొట్టద్దత్తయ్య ఈ గిన్నెలే
పండగ రోజు కూడా ఏడుకోటి సీరియల్సా
ఈ కష్టాలు మావి కావు మీవి.
పాత ఏసీ ఫ్రిడ్జ్ వాషింగ్ మిషన్లతో మీరు పడుతున్నారు కష్టాలు.
ఇప్పుడు నేనేం చేయాలి?
ఇప్పుడే బజాజ్ ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్ ఇండియాస్ బిగ్గెస్ట్ ఫెస్టివల్ ఆఫర్ లో కొనుక్కోండి.
₹1,00,00,000 క్యాష్ ప్రైజ్,
30 ఆల్టో కేటన్ కార్లు గెలుచుకోవచ్చు.
ఇంకొంచెం తినమ్మా.
అబ్బా చాలెత్తమ్మా, లావ్ అయిపోతాను.
బజాజ్ ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్ ఇండియాస్ బిగ్గెస్ట్ ఫెస్టివ్ ఆఫర్.
What happens when a teacher, author, and humanitarian steps into Parliament? In this powerful and moving debut, Sudha Murthy brings real issues to the forefront, from cervical cancer prevention to India's hidden heritage. Watch until the end to hear her beautiful final words and the ancient wisdom she lives by.
Sir, when I have to start, I don't know. Respected Vice Chairman, this is my first speech. It may not be maiden. How much time do I have, sir? 5 minutes. Okay. Sir, I'm not a politician. And I do not know how to talk for, against neither of them. I have been chosen nominated by President of India. I'm really grateful to her, and of course our Prime Minister, who announced my name on 8th of March, which is the Women's Day, as a Nari Shakti. I have always worked for poor, and I'm always on the field, so my experience is entirely different than both sides of the house. I have given only 5 minutes, and being a teacher, for me, 5 minutes is extremely small slot. However, I'll try to do only 2 things. I'm also an author, so I always like to give analogy, Sanskrit shloka, and describe. It may not be possible. Maybe sometime later, if you give me a maiden speech of 15 minutes at least, I'll be able to do, sir, my expertise in my field. Yatra narya ramante tatra devataha. That's what our ancestors say. Where women are respected, that is the place where gods reside. And I want to tell you, the most important thing for women in general, is her health, because she always neglects her health and takes care of the family. And because of that, many women suffer in real life with cervical cancers, and they will come to the hospital only in the 4th stage or 3rd stage. I'm being a daughter and a sister of a doctor. I'm aware of this, and I've worked in my last 30 years with Infosys Foundation on this particular area, and that I want to give a suggestion. There is a vaccination which is given to girls between the age of 9 to 14, known as the cervical vaccination, which can, if the girls take that, it can be avoided. May I request that to the House that we should incorporate that vaccination for the benefit of our girls, because prevention is better than cure. My father, being a doctor, always used to tell me, when a woman dies, when a mother dies, in the hospital it's a count +1. But for the family, a mother is lost forever. Maybe a man can get another wife, but children will never get another mother. Mother plays an important role, and cervical cancers are more in the later part of life. So I request that our government should look into this matter. And they have handled a very big vaccination drive during COVID, so this may not be very difficult if you can vaccinate our girls in the teenage 9 to 14. This is my first point.
Who has developed the vaccine?
This vaccination is developed in the West for a long time, sir. It is already given for the last 20 years. I tried one batch in my time, 10 years back, with government of Tamil Nadu, with K. Shanta, the director of the Adiyar Cancer Institute. It worked very well. So it is not expensive, I'm sure. Today is 1,400 rupees for a person like us who are in the field. But if the government intervenes and negotiates, it can be, and any business is a win-win situation. He also should make certain money, but you can bring it to 700-800 rupees. And we have such a large population, sir, it will be benefiting for our girls in future.
Ashwini ji, please convey it to the Health Minister, Nadda ji.
Yes, sir. The second point, which is very dear to my heart, is I'm going to talk. I may exceed 1 or 2 minutes, sir.
Please, madam, no problem.
That is regarding tourism in India. Sir, we always think only Ajanta, Ellora, Brihadishwara and Taj Mahal are few things which everybody should see. That is really not true, sir. Our country is vast. And there is a very famous saying in Subhashita that says, Bahuratnani Vasundhara. Mother Earth has many, many diamonds, and we always neglect and care only for one. Similarly, in India, we have 42 World Heritage Sites, but we have 57 pending. And we should bother about those 57. And some of them I want to tell because there is no time. These are the very important sites. I have gone personally and visited. Being a granddaughter of a school teacher and a history teacher, for the last 60 years, sir, I have done a lot of research in our own culture, our own temples, monuments in India. And whatever I have done, in nutshell, I want to give. There is a marvelous statue of Bahubali at Shravanabelagola, which is a gem. It is in Karnataka. There are a group of monuments in Mandu, in Madhya Pradesh, who are very, very beautiful. There are caves or the prototyping of any temple you take in India. Its prototyping is done in Badami, Aihole, Pattadkallu in Karnataka, northern part of Karnataka, where I belong. I'm very proud about it. See Lingaraja temple, see any temple in India. Konark temple, everything prototyping is done in 575 AD in Karnataka. These 3 places which are not in World Heritage Center. You have, if you go to east, you have Tripura state, and they have fantastic sculptures known as Unakoti. Nobody knows who has done. They are 1,500 years old. Then you have Natural Roots Bridge in Mizoram and the eastern part of India, which is God's gift to us. We go to other countries and we see, but we never value because we have diamond in the hand, we search for the broken glass pieces. There is a complex of the temples in Srirangam. And people must have, some of them must have seen from South India. I'm sure northern and eastern part of India people might not have seen. They are marvelous. They are as good as Brihadeshwara temple of Tanjore, which is a World Heritage Site. There are beautiful Mughal gardens in Kashmir. We always go and see the film shooting, but we will never realize they are not in the World Heritage Sites. So the advantages of putting them on the World Heritage Site, number one, the package should be done very well so that people can come and see them. The package should be conveniently done so that you should have good toilets and good roads so that the tourists can come. It will increase our revenue in our own country. There are so many advantages are there that I will do in my maiden speech. We have beautiful desert garden Ran of Kutch, and people only can see only in certain months of the year, and we should take advantage of that. We have Buddha was a great person, and we are very proud when whichever country I go, they ask me, are you from the land of Buddha? I always say yes. He preached his first sermon in Sarnath, where very near to Varanasi, the group of old monuments at Sarnath, which are 2,500 years old, it is not in the World Heritage Site. The Lothal of Gujarat is equivalent to Mohenjo-daro Harappa of Pakistan. We can't go there, but we have Lothal and Dholavira. Dholavira is a World Heritage Site, but not Lothal. Lothal was a big port, and how the ships used to come, you should go and see. It should come in a World Heritage Site. There's a beautiful island on the river Brahmaputra in Assam, Majol they call, maybe my spelling may be wrong. It is Majoli. Sir, it is, if you would have seen in some other country, they would have made it the number one destination for wedding or even for entertainment or even to go and enjoy. But 90% of the people are not even aware of this. When you see the old parliament, you say, oh, these people, Westerners have come and they have built this one. People from, architect from India, in UK, they came and built it. Sir, it is nothing but, if you see the prototyping of that, 1,000 years back, built in Madhya Pradesh, from Gwalior, 30 kilometers, it is called Mitavali. It's a Chausast Yogini temple. It is exactly the replica of that, but in a prototyping, sir. There's the Padavali and Mitavali. There's one more set of temples which were saved because of on the Chambal River because of the dacoits, but they are world-class temples. The list is unending, but I want to conclude with a famous Gumbaz of Karnataka, that is Gol Gumbaz. It was ruled by the Adil Shahis in 1400 to 1685, and it's one of the marvelous things in India has produced, where you can have the echo of 7 times. My list is 57, but my time is limited. So, sir, this is an opportunity. As a young girl, I used to look at Rashtrapati Bhavan. I used to look at Rajpath Sabha. I used to always feel lucky are those people who stay there, who go there, who can talk, who can express. I never knew one day will come to me in my life, I can stand and talk about what I believe in. I want to conclude with a shloka which our ancestors have taught us, or my grandfather has taught when I was young. Whatever work you do better, do it with your mind, with buddhi, and with 100% concentration. We are in a country where there is so much diverse culture, but still we are all one, like 5 fingers make a mushti. We all have that character, which is very much Indian character, that we may differ in dress, food, language, but we are all one. I want to serve in my tenure Rajya Sabha with one single motto: Kayena vacha, manaseindriyarva, buddhyatmajava, prakriti sabhavat, karomi yadyat, sakalam namasri, narayana samarpayami. It is not my husband Narayan Murthy. It is Narayana the God, or the God whom you believe. It need not be Narayana, it could be anybody. So with a single-minded, with my mind, with my buddhimatta, with my concentration, with my whatever is the age I have, I am 74, going to be 74, but God willing, I will put my 100% in Rajya Sabha and work. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat Mata.
Join our global community of English learners. Absolutely free. Download video transcripts, listen offline, start our beginner course, and join live classes with certified teachers. Access over 1,000 resources to improve your English faster. Everything's in one place. community.englishspeeches.ca. Let's speak English together.
I proved that I can be a good mom and also be successful at my job.
This is the Dell AI PC, built for AI. It was designed to optimize your battery life, so it works longer without a charge, and in places without a charger.
Thank you very much. It's so nice to be here in Jaipur. You know, I've attended JLF in London, but to be here, what I think is sacred ground, at the queen of all literary festivals, or Amma, you would say the Kashi of all literary festivals.
Yes, yes.
And to be here on stage, talking to one of my most favorite people in the world, is really a dream come true, and I am so grateful to be here. And Amma, you know, I have so much to say, and you know, I love talking to you about anything and everything, but I want you to know I cherish you deeply, and our relationship is one I treasure in life in so many special ways. So thank you for making time. So my mother and I, we both lead busy lives. We don't find a lot of time to talk. So when you get us together, we could go on for hours and hours, but we have about 45 minutes. So I had to get my mind to really focus. And I thought, well, what are some of the things we like talking about? And I think books and reading is something we have discussed from when I was a little girl. You know, you introduced me to books. We talked about books, and we both love stories. And you're a great storyteller, we all know that. But I think books do something else. To me, the books you introduced me to, and reading introduced me to life's values. How do you read a book and take away something so special from it? And to me, what I take away from books, from some of the books, are some of life's most valuable lessons. So I thought today we could use the time we have together to talk about books and talk about values. Do you think that's a good plan, Amma?
Yeah. Good morning to everyone. It is not a mother-daughter appreciation club. Okay? You should be much more than that, because I'm sure all mothers love their daughters. All fathers love their son. Okay? Anyway, so we will have something meaningful discussion. What is the value I taught them through books, why books are so essential, and how books help us to learn many things which you did not know, unlocking the ignorance, okay? And unlocking the knowledge world, all those things. So we'll discuss about that.
Thank you. So, one of my earliest memories, Amma, is of you telling me stories. And these were stories about ancient India. There were also stories about ancient Egypt. There were stories about different countries, different cultures. But you also told me stories about Marie Curie, about Ada Lovelace. And so you taught me history, you taught me philosophy, you taught me science, and you taught me politics, all through storytelling. But you also said to Rohan and me, Rohan is my younger brother, that you learn, of course you learn to pass tests and do well in school, but you learn for life. You never stop learning. I think you've said that the day you stop learning is the day you stop living. And I've really stayed, that's really stayed with me. And now when I look at my own girls, Krishna and Anushka, I urge them not just to learn for school, but to learn for life. So where do you think this mindset of learning for life, learning for learning's sake, where did that come from for you?
For me? Well, I come from a teacher's family. My grandfather was the high school teacher, my mother was the school teacher, my father was the professor in a medical college, and married into a teacher's family. My father-in-law was the high school teacher, my brother was the professor, except the odd man out is Narayan Murthy, went for business. Okay? So, when you grow up in a teacher's family, the most valuable thing is not money, knowledge and books. The only gift we used to get was only books. Birthday gifts were only books. Everywhere, any occasion, books were given. And it was told to us, knowledge is so important in life. It's a great weapon in real life. And it cannot be destroyed. Like, I can lose translation. I can say that it cannot be destroyed. It cannot be, it cannot be hidden. It cannot be bought in the market. It is like how in Gita says, how you should be. Dukkhesh anudik manaha sukheshu gata spruha vita raga bhaya krodha. They say, I used to tell, knowledge is most important thing in life, and you have to learn that you have to have that through books. And that is the reason I grew up with books, not with a lot of money, but lot of books. And I realized its power, and I passed it on to you and Rohan. Love books. They are your constant companions. They are your never-failing friends. And they will teach you a lot, opening the vast garden of knowledge.
And that's absolutely true, because in our home, my mother, Amma, you have a library dedicated to history and literature. And my father has a library dedicated to science and
computer science, particularly
science and technology. And Rishi and I, as we
economics,
as we have planned our own libraries, they're a mix of all of these different subjects. So you're absolutely right. Books are the greatest treasures. And I'll talk about a book that or a series of books that I remember that signify to me this deep love for learning. And it's The Story of Civilization by Will and Ariel Durant. And there are nine volumes in the collection. And they're bright, they're vividly colored. And when I was a little girl, before Google and all sorts of fancy technology was around, those were my reference books. So I loved it when school gave me a project, because I could delve into these books. I could get lost in these books. And that's where where I learned about the Renaissance. That's where I learned about faith and religion.
I've revised the quotation.
Send it. But make sure only he gets to see it. How? With Acrobat, it's all sorted.
Hello, my lovely. You look ravishing.
You look like Bond. who forgot to shave. So what's Abu Dhabi got for us tomorrow?
Just wait and watch.
That's where I learned about ancient Egypt, and I continue to be fascinated by Egypt. So even today, I have those reference books because they remind me of a time gone by, but they also remind me that learning and reading is not just